In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly why you should stop selling digital marketing for the rest of 2022 and moving into 2023. So here's the thing, to kick off this conversation, I first need to give kind of a state of the union about the digital marketing agency niche or space or industry as it stands right now. Everyone in this industry, the tens of thousands of digital marketers and marketing agency owners, are tending to do things in the same way. They speak the same jargon, they try to prospect and get clients in the same way, they offer the same services. They're all positioned the same way. And as I go about this video, you will see that positioning is the word of the day for this video. But really, when it comes down to it, all of these digital marketing agencies, these tens of thousands of them, are all positioning themselves in the same way. They go after a certain niche, like roofers or chiropractors or med spas. And they all have the Facebook banner that says, could you handle 20 or 30 more appointments this month? Guaranteed. You know, we provide results or you don't pay. Like all the same stuff, right? And it's kind of just like everyone's positioning themselves as a commodity. It's all the same. These business owners look at you and your agency, and they look at that guy's agency, and they see the same thing. Everyone is becoming a commodity because we are all singing the same tune, saying the same thing, making the same offers, etc. Now, what I want you to imagine is you're driving down a street and you see a McDonald's, and then you drive a little bit further and you see another McDonald's. You drive a little bit further and another one. You look down the street and you notice that there's actually like 25 McDonald's restaurants on this one street, on this one like 5-mile stretch, right? That imagery right there, that illustration is kind of like what the digital marketing agency space is nowadays. It's a bunch of the sameness on one stretch of road. And so really, whenever you become a commodity, the only lever you have to pull to get a prospective client or customer to choose you over the competition is price. This is why we say it's a race to the bottom. You are commoditizing yourself by acting like everyone else. Now, do you want to know the solution to this? That's what we're going to be talking about in this video. And it all comes down to positioning. Now, so you might be wondering at this point in time, what is the solution to all of this? I'm the dude with the banner that says, could you handle 20 more appointments? I'm the guy who's doing Instagram and Facebook DMing. I'm the guy who's niching down to chiropractors or gyms like everyone else. What should I do to stand apart? Glad you asked, because that's exactly what we're gonna get into over the next few minutes. So my first note on this is that people are not buying digital marketing, okay? When they come to you, when a business owner has a consultation with you or a strategy call with you, they're not there thinking to themselves, I want to buy digital marketing. Like that's my goal. Like if I just hire this person to do my SEO, the hiring of this person will be the accomplishment of all my goals and dreams. No, that's not the goal. The goal for them is getting more customers. And furthermore than that, increasing revenue. And furthermore than that, potentially maybe like hiring on a new GM to take some of the work off their plate so they can run their business, not have their business run them, so they can spend more time with their family, so they can golf more, so they can potentially think about retiring. Like there are some much deeper reasons why someone would hire you than just they need more leads, right? Yet we catered to that line of thought or that like story or that, what should I say, positioning and messaging that we just want to provide them with leads because leads is what they want. No, they want something much deeper. But if you're just positioning yourselves as a lead provider or a lead generation company, you're not positioning yourself as the solution to their end-all be-all problems. You're just positioning yourself as a button pusher who can generate some leads. That's not how we want to show up to the conversation whenever we're trying to sell someone our services. Now, the thing is, how do we find out what the prospect's true underlying desires and goals are, right? Well, this really comes down to peeling back the onion layers in the conversation during what I call the discovery phase of the sales conversation. I do have another video on my YouTube channel where I talk about my 8-step sales process that I used to close 73 digital marketing clients in the past year. And this is an 8-step sales process that starts off with step number 1, intro and rapport. This is where we get to know the client and build some rapport. And then step number 2, we go right into what I call the discovery phase, which is where we start to ask all these questions about the prospective client and their business and the history of their business. And we ask some qualifying questions like how many deals per month are they doing? How many employees do they have, etc. And during this part of the conversation is where we can also start to dig deeper and ask future pacing questions and end result questions such as, okay, cool. Well, let's say we did start to work together and everything went perfectly over the next 12 months. What would your life look like then? Are you trying to work yourself out of a job, AKA get more customers and more revenue you to hire someone to take your spot so you can take your time back? Or are you trying to build this up so you can have an exit and sell it and start another company? Like, what's the end all be all goal for you, right? And this gets them thinking much longer term. It gets them thinking bigger picture instead of just thinking small, like, hey, I'm just on the phone call with this guy to see if he can get me some leads. We do not want you to be positioned in the prospect's mind as just the guy or gal who's here to generate some leads. We want you positioned in the prospect's mind as the guy or gal who's going to change their life drastically for the better, okay? I say this in a lot of my sales trainings. It all comes down to figuring out what their hell island and heaven island is, or like where they are now and where they want to go. Again, this doesn't mean get a bunch of leads. This means like where they want to go in life. And then if we can, ethically and truthfully through the use of our services, position ourselves as the bridge from hell island to heaven island, or the bridge from where they are now to where they want to be. This is how deals are made. This is how sales are closed. Again, a good understanding of where they are now, a really good understanding of where they want to be, and then positioning ourselves as the solution or the bridge in between that gap. Now, again, thinking back to what I was talking about earlier, if you're trying to be the true solution, the true bridge between the gap of where they are now and all their hopes and dreams, do you think telling everyone like, hey, we could give you 20 more leads, or hey, guaranteed results, or hey, we're a digital marketing agency, or hey, we can generate leads, all the stuff that every single other agency is saying, do you think saying that stuff is going to communicate to the prospect that you're going to change their life? No, you're just telling them you're like everyone else. So we need to start putting some serious thought into your positioning, your messaging, what your offer is, and really how you come across to the client before they even get in contact with you. So to recap, I want you to imagine the digital marketing agency space as like a row of McDonald's on a street where the only way for someone to get ahead and beat the competition and get more clients is to reduce their price, which is a race to the bottom, which really sucks and will make your life running an agency living hell, okay? If you are perceived as having the exact same offer as everyone else, and when you become a commodity, your only differentiator is price, like I just mentioned, and when your only sales tool is price, again, it's a race to the bottom. This is why you must develop an offer and a marketing angle that is based on an outcome, not a service, okay? So this is why whenever my agency either promoted organically or ran ads to a marketing funnel to promote our services, this is why all of the headlines and the copy, etc., was all focused on either a pain point or a desire point, not the service. So we would run ads to a landing page that said something like, are you tired of never knowing where your next deal is going to come from? Because we were marketing to like roofing contractors and home remodeling companies and things like that who are constantly trying to find where their next job was going to come from. So we marketed using some messaging and some copy that was centered around that pain point. Are you tired of never knowing where your next job is going to come from? Or are you ready to have a fully automated deal acquisition machine that brings jobs and deals to you and fills up your sales reps pipeline so that way you can land more deals in an automated fashion so you can take back more time to grow your business? Like things like that. Again, we want to focus this messaging and this copy and everything we're putting into the market as relief from a pain point or the accomplishment of what they desire, okay? Again, we're not selling digital marketing. With our messaging, with our copy, with the way we put ourselves out into the market, and again, this is the main point of the whole video, we are not selling digital marketing. We are selling a relief from a pain point or the accomplishment of a desired outcome. If you think in these terms, every time you write copy, every time you send an email to a prospective client or a message to a prospective client, and every time you have a sales call, if you think in those terms, I'm selling relief from a pain point or the accomplishment of some desired outcome, okay, if you think in those terms instead of just, I'm trying to sell leads, I promise you're going to sell many, many more clients. You're going to increase the revenue of your business. You're going to have people flocking to you because they want to know how you are solving the problems in people's businesses, etc., without talking about leads and sounding spammy like everyone else. One other keynote about this, as you are maybe building a client acquisition funnel, are starting to post on social media with this type of verbiage, again, telling people how you can relieve a pain point or help them achieve a desired outcome. A key thing that you can implement into all this is the use of what we call a unique mechanism, okay? So this is a unique or proprietary strategy that you have that no one else has. An example of this might be like your 7-step Facebook retargeting process, or like your 3-step Google ranking launchpad. It doesn't have to sound super cheesy, but some kind of unique mechanism that you can put in your messaging and your copy that not only communicates that you can help people accomplish their goals, but you can do it in a way that's unique to you. So that way the prospect thinks to themselves, either consciously or subconsciously, okay, if I want this unique thing that seems seems to be solving a lot of people's problems, I have to go to this specific person. I can't go to any other agencies. I have to go to this person because this thing only exists with them. Now, the thing is, you may be using the exact same retargeting strategy or Google ranking strategy or whatever as every single other marketer, but if you frame it and position it and brand it as your own, this will give you and your offer a sense of uniqueness, which again will attract more clients to you and make you stand out from the crowd. So to summarize all of this stuff up that I've gone over in this video, the old way is essentially finding a prospect, selling them a service, and then you face objections because you're positioned as everyone else. Your only lever is price. They're gonna have objections because they don't view your thing as unique and worthwhile and something that is truly gonna help them solve their problems. So again, there's gonna be objections. And then the only thing you can really do at that point is offer to reduce the price because again, that's your only leverage. So that's the vicious cycle that most agency owners get caught in. You find a prospect, you try to pitch them a service in the same way that everyone else does, you get an objection and you have to reduce price, and that sucks because that means you're making less money. Here, however, is the new way. You find a prospect with a pain point, you discover that pain point, of course, in the sales call by peeling back the layers and figuring out where their pain points are and where the desired outcome is, okay? And then you sell them the outcome, okay? You position your offer and or your unique mechanism as the only solution, okay? So now we're focused on alleviating their pain. We're focused on helping them accomplish their goals. We're showing them that we have a unique way of doing things that they can only get through us, okay? And then you're gonna close the deal without facing any price objections because they are buying based on value, not based on price, okay? We are trying throughout that sales conversation to create a very large, what we call price to value discrepancy, okay? Through the messaging that we tell them about the alleviation of pain, the accomplishment of a desired goal, the unique mechanism, etc. It's all value, value, value. We're showing them how our thing is so stinking valuable that by the time we get to the point in the sales conversation where we tell them the price seems so stinking low compared to the value that, I'll just put it this way, I have not had a price objection for my services in years because I've started to sell like this. So if you're sick and tired of getting to the price part of the conversation with a prospect and them having objections and pushing back, start to use these tactics I'm talking about and watch. No one will ever tell you that you're too expensive. So I hope this is helping, guys, getting you to understand that how you position your agency, the messaging, the copy, the words you use to describe your services is so critical to make sure you're not being put into this bucket of being a commodity in the eyes or in the mind of your ideal clients, okay? As you'll find once you start to position your agency in such a way, in a more attractive manner to draw in more high-ticket clients on demand, you want to make sure your agency's infrastructure is rock solid, because positioning yourself as something very unique and valuable will start to draw more clients in. You'll start to land more clients on a monthly basis, and the issue I see a lot of agency owners run into after that is not having a solid infrastructure built out within their agency to handle a larger amount of clients on a month-to-month basis, okay? I always ask agency owners the question, what would you do if I gave you 15 clients today? If I dropped 15 new clients in your lap today, what would happen? The truth is most agency owners don't have an onboarding SOP, an onboarding standard operating procedure to bring on new people in a very streamlined fashion. They don't have a white label fulfillment company or anyone on their in-house team to help fulfill services to where they wouldn't be able to actually do the work for 15 clients all at once. They don't have an account manager to handle all the ongoing communications and reporting for all those clients. Like, they don't have the infrastructure built out. They couldn't actually handle that amount of clients, and it would literally break their business, okay? I don't want to teach you how to get more clients and pour more clients on top of a broken or non-existent agency infrastructure. So before you start landing more and more clients than you ever had before because you learned the power of positioning, right? Make sure you check out this other video I have about the 6-pillar agency infrastructure that I used to go from basically ground zero to $70,000 per month in 11 months. We landed like 73 clients, I believe, in a year. And I have a video where I want to show you the exact, again, 6-pillar agency infrastructure that I use to facilitate that type of growth. So be sure to check out that video right now.